So first thing we're going to do is just go to artblocks.io and we're going to come over here to all projects. We're going to find the project that we are looking to mint, which is this one, Sculptor. Oh yeah, I'm excited about this. So we want to get into the contract for this exact project. So we're going to click this OpenSea icon here, and that's going to open up that original mint. So every project has a mint that is typically minted like 5 days prior to a public mint, just for people to kind of play with it and look at it and kind of see what some of the traits are. There's a lot of traits here. There's a whole lot of traits. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I mean, it means something different for every project. But for the purpose of today, we wanted to get in here because we want to come down here to trading history where it was minted, and we want to click that icon. There we go. So this opens up the contract for us. So I'm going to make that into a new window. Let me bring it over here. There we go. And I'm going to want to click on the actual contract itself. So that right there was the transaction screen. Here, let me go back so I can show you. So this is basically a screen that shows you when this item was minted. As you recall from over here, we clicked this link, and basically what this is opening was the blockchain event of this happening right here. So that's over here, but we did that because what we want to do is we want to open up the contract so that we can actually see minting during this block as it's happening, so that we can get a feel for when the large amount of buyers are going to buy on this Dutch auction, and so that we can time the buy correctly and not spend too much ETH buying at the price that's not correct, which I see people do all the time. I'm sure we're going to see it today. Yeah, so I'm going to click the contract once again, and what this does, let me zoom out, just give us as much of a screen as we can. What this does is it shows us anytime somebody has interacted with Artblocks' contract. As you can see, a ton of times people have interacted with it and it has been unsuccessful. Hey, Awesemo, heard of him. Not sure what people were doing on here last night at midnight trying to interact with the Artblocks contract, but I suppose they maybe thought the pitter patter what we're doing right now was happening 12 hours ago at 11 o'clock. At the time it's wrong, who knows? But obviously they were unsuccessful with their mints. Yeah, so one thing I like to do is also open up the pending. This is going to come into use as people start minting. We can refresh and see the transactions that are on the blockchain that haven't gone through. This is important because you can see right here what the gas limit and the gas price is. So when we start getting into a high gas war, we could really start to gauge what it's going to take for gas to push our transaction through without using too much gas, but making sure we use the right amount of gas too, depending on what our goal is. So for now, I'm going to go back over to this screen. I don't really need the OpenSea window, but I am going to want to take a look at stuff as they are dropping. One of the opportunities you have, and we're not going to do this today, but is to snipe. Say you don't want to mint, but you want to come up Artblocks and you actually want to start sniping. Sniping the items that people are just flipping. If you play around post mint on these as people are looking at their art and they're like I just spent 4 ETH and I want to flip it real quick for 6 ETH. You can also see buyers that understand the stuff that's going to be most effective or will sell the best, and they're waiting for people to just flip out of items that maybe will really catch a premium. This happens a lot in art blocks. Like, there could be items in art blocks that if it's the right piece of art, which a lot of these great collectors know, they're 5x what the floor would be for a few of these traits. So if you check out the activity feed, you really can have a chance to snipe some of those 5x's really quick. But it's a race. I mean, that's one where there's a lot of people minting. But anyways, not the point of today. The point of today is to mint as much of these as we can, to be honest with you. I think this one's going to do really well. You can see right here, it is a Dutch auction starting at 15 ETH. It will not mint out at 15 ETH. If I had a magic ball, I'd say max 5 ETH, but probably 3.5 to 2.5 ETH. I don't know, the market's been hot with the curated, and this is a very unique, it's a unique project, and a lot of times these unique projects do really, really well. So yeah, so we'll see how it shakes out. So I'm just getting set up. I've got to do a work call here in 6 minutes with my boss. I'm going to pause this video and then I will be back on right at the start of the auction. But I wanted to make sure we got it set up, we got it recorded, and yeah, so that's where we're at. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully everybody can see both of these screens. I don't want to mess with that too much. Looks like we've got, what, a couple minutes maybe? Sorry about that. Trying to see my clock. There we go. Yeah, all right, it should be getting started. So what you'll see here, if we refresh, down here, it says purchases paused still, so that's okay. That's normal. We're not expecting it to, looks like every 5 minutes the price is going to go down. It starts at 15 ETH. So really, if I'm thinking it's going to mint out at 5 ETH, that's in about 30 minutes. But we don't know, and we got to be prepared for anything. I think this project's a 10 plus ETH resale project. So I'm going to buy basically wherever the rest of the market buys. Yeah, so just going to go ahead here real quick and make sure I'm in the right account, which I am now. Okay, and let's refresh. Where is our calendar on Google? Oh, it's definitely at 11, yeah, so this will be starting anytime. Sorry, I know it's a little boring, but we wait. This is what we do, we wait. Purchases still paused. I guess while we're waiting, let's take a look at the live feed of the one that's there right now. You can see rendering. There's supposed to be some functions. If I, whoop. Yeah, I don't want to have that screen open. That really slowed things down. Got to make sure we're performing here. Interesting. Purchases still paused. Let's take a look at the Art Blocks Discord. See what's going on here, if anything. In the announcements channel. Not much. See here, 11 o'clock. So it should be minting. There is a 1 mint per wallet limiter, which is good. Typically, that means you gotta change wallets if you're gonna mint more than one, which you can just go ahead and expect that's happening. I've been thinking about that today because I'd like to get more than one. So, oh, there we go. It's live. Purchase. So one of the things I like to do with this is just to open. I don't need to do it right now, but I will. Or not open, but every time a new price changes, I like to hit purchase. And I like to have my deal open. It doesn't really make sense right now because I don't have the ETH. If it were to mint out at 15 ETH, I wouldn't have the ETH to mint. So it won't let me, but when it does get to a price point, every time a new price shows up, I want to open my MetaMask in case I need to access it real quick to go ahead and mint out. So what I would do is, you'll see I'll edit my gas. I'll be ready to where I could hit confirm if needed. But I don't want to leave it open. I have to at the end reject if I don't mint at that price, refresh and reopen. That's real important. If you leave it open, say I click purchase now, and then I wait for price to get lower, if I end up hitting confirm, I'll get it at the old price, even if price has changed. It's the price once you hit the button down here that says pending. Whenever you hit that, that's the price you're going to get it for at that time, even if you mint it 20 minutes later when the price is much lower. I say that because I see people all the time minting at prices higher than what the Dutch auction's actually going for at the time, which is fascinating to me why they do that, but it's got to be a mistake. All right, let's see what Mutombo is up to. I'm gonna have him pick me up a piece. We got a little deal going on, to be honest with you. So, got to put my ETH to work. Yeah, if you see an opportunity in this space, sometimes you got to take it, and I'm gonna try to take it with this mint today, and he's gonna help me, which I really appreciate. Okay, so we can hit refresh here. We'll see when we do that there's been 2 minted out at 15 ETH. Crazy people, insane. 1 at 12.5. The insane part is too, if you look at the transaction fees, like these people paid the type of gas that you would pay if everybody was minting at that time. Right? 2,000 GWEI. You didn't need to do 2,000 GWEI because you were one of 2 people in 1,000 mint. You also didn't need to pay 15 or 12.5 ETH. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this today, because I see it every time. Clearly, people do not know how to best time a Dutch auction, and their FOMO causes them to mint at much higher prices. So, learn from me. Let me help you. Since you all help me. No. Okay, so some of the items are showing up right here. It's really a boring process until we get to the price point we think it's going to mint out at. But yeah. Hopefully, since this is recorded, you all can skip through. I'll actually tell you. Maybe I'll even edit out some of the window. Hey, how about that? Edit. So that you don't have to watch this boring period. Since I'm keeping it PG-13, I'll just yeah, that's it. I'd probably be shooting some hoops right now. Got over there. I've got a nice basketball goal set up where I can just drain buckets all day, every day. Yeah. How exciting. Let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, pretty cool. Another thing I like to look at is who's minting, yeah, important. It's very, very important. So we got our pending up here. One of the things that's good to know, right? We know we need 1,000. There's 1,000 to be minted. And over here, when things get crazy, there'll be a ton pending, and you don't really know how many are going through. And it takes a long time for art blocks, total minted right here, to catch up with what's actually been minted. Right? So the Etherscan, this page, is really the page that, if you want to be timely, it's the page that you got to watch. So it's important. I brought up the transaction total because I know there's 1,000. So really there should be, at the end of this minting out, there should be a total of 75,200 and let's just call it 200 transactions. So I remember doing this last time, how I wish I would have wrote that number down or paid more attention to it at the start, because all of a sudden you'll see 200 transactions come through and you think, man, I got to mint, but there's still 800 to go. So you could be minting too early. So that's something to think about and something to watch, for sure. So let's just go ahead and refresh. I'm going to refresh over here. I'm going to continue to do that. Looks like another one was minted. That one's pretty cool. It's got, I'm not exactly sure what we're looking at here, to be honest with you. I know rendering art like this, sculptures at this level of detail is insanely impressive, and really elite. So that's where we're at. I wonder if Fuck Vendor will ever do an art blocks project. I wonder if anyone's ever asked him that. Because, this is right up his alley. He's clearly one of the elite ones too. Personally, if I were him, I wouldn't do art blocks. I mean, he's shown you himself. He's gone a kind of good strategy. I'd do my own website and, you know, invite other artists onto it. But yeah, that's just me. I'm clearly not there. Still at 5. You know, we're down to 10 ETH. All right. This is what it's like. This is how you make money in NFTs. You know, spend $15,000 on a digital sculpture and hope you sell it for. I mean, I honestly think these will, you know, these will be going for. I think they'll be going for 50,000 this week. I could be way wrong. But you know, the trends I've seen, the hype, I feel like I'm feeling. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a big deal. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Not a lot of time has passed. Had to get myself a Red Bull. Still at 5, minted out of 1,000, 8. Like I said, let's check Etherscan and see what's going on. Looks like we got a couple pending. No, those are old. Oh, this one's not old. I'm not sure if they thought that, you know, 0.5 would go through. Maybe they think they can. I have no idea what they're doing. Let's check out our pending. All right, we've got, yeah, nothing really. These aren't going to go through at this value. You can see we're minting at 8, so I'm not sure what they're going for, unless they're minting another project, which is possible. It's possible. We'll know here in a second. You know, one thing about art blocks is there's not, you know, there's one contract for all these projects, so there's actually 3 contracts out there, but the one, you know, they don't have a unique contract for each project. You know, the sculptor by Peter Pasma, I don't know, it's Peter Patter, yep, Peter Patter. Whatever the fuck that was. Yeah, he doesn't have his own contract for this project, so you know, some of these interactions could be focused on other projects, though I don't believe Artblocks has any projects that haven't been minted out. Yeah, they don't. So, well, that's pretty cool. Let's check it out since we got the time. All right, it says 0 to 7 changes the speed. 7 is the fastest, so let's Let's render it the quickest. Careful requires a powerful machine. The new laptop here, but I don't know. I wouldn't call it a machine. So probably just gonna go ahead and close out. I don't want to slow down. Yeah, ADD. Let's get back to what we're here for. All right, we're at 7 now. We've seen a few come in here. 3 at 6 ETH. You know, I'm not surprised. I think I think we're gonna see people mint on the way down once they get to a certain price point because they want more than one. They'll probably use other wallets is my guess. I'm really hoping I can get well, let's see. I mean, I'm really hoping to get 3, to be honest with you. Maybe 4, I guess. Yeah, I put a lot of money into this one, a lot of ETH, but I think it's worth it. All right, so there we go. We've seen about 40 more come through at 6 ETH. Remember when I told you 74,225, I think, if I remember right? So you can see about 40. We got 17 pending. Just to show you, I'm not concerned. We're under 100 still, but you can see the GWEI they're going at. They shouldn't be using a lot of GWEI. Anyways, right now, because they don't need to, because there's not 1,000 people trying to buy the rest of the inventory. Excuse me. So I'm probably going to need to end up getting one at 5. I see some 5 ETH ones in there. They're just trying to, yeah, they're just trying to get in a little early. You know, I think you know, total transactions pending is 30. I think we're fine for 5. As soon as it does get to 5, I'm gonna want to hit purchase. What kind of GWEI are they pushing these through at? I mean, some of them see like 2,000, right? Unnecessary when you're minting at 6. And if you were doing this process, you wouldn't be wasting all that GWEI, all that gas, ETH to, you know, speed up your purchase when you don't need to, because there's still plenty left. Yeah, 67 pending. I mean, it's probably going to be minting out at 5 is my guess. Yeah, we're a couple hundred deep right now. So 110 transactions. Yeah, it's gonna mint out at 5. I was surprised. I'm not surprised. I think I told you 5. Because I felt positive about this one, but there we go. Purchase. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger. I'm gonna go 350. I think. All right, that went through. Gonna need to amp up gas here. Oh yeah. Let's see what gas is running. Woo! 28, 25. Lots of 2000s. 1,000 should get us, you know, over half the people. Not sure. We'll see if it goes through. I don't think it's going to go through. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get 2, which is unfortunate. Failed, you know. But there you have it. I was able to get one. You know, that's probably why people mint at 6. So I failed on that strategy. But at the end of the day, I'm happy I got one. I think that this is a good project. So now I'm gonna pause this video, and I'm gonna start a new recording for how to now snipe.